I think I'm good.
You could do any number. You could do a dog parental update.
Thusly, the bags under my eyes.
That would actually be useful. There you go.
That's why there's bags under my eyes. But I get to wear my sweet Champ shirt. Thanks, Jake. So this week we've had a lot happen in the last week in terms of the show. So this week you get Andrew Hoffman from NeighborLink, and over the weekend we recorded with Jake Wells, and we did an absolute marathon session. It might be a first for us, and it's going to be a double episode. It was 4.5 hours, and we just recorded probably 2 weeks episode out with somebody else that we're really excited to talk to. But there's a common theme amongst all of these that I've been thinking a lot about, and from a humility perspective and fully humbly, I have to thank all of you guys for subscribing to the podcast, to watch these videos and listen to Doug and I talk, and listen to the people that we have sit in this studio and talk to us every week. And you know, it's humbling to talk to people that have done amazing things, but I think on a weekly basis, I'm continuously blown away by some of the simplest pieces of what our show is all about. And it's not, you know, I don't necessarily think everyone gets motivated by somebody changing the world, because it's you know, the big things are such big accomplishments that it's really hard for a lot of people to really grasp. How can I imbue that into my day-to-day life? And, you know, talking with Andrew, talking with Jake, two incredibly introspective people that have very, very kind of dynamic views of the world, and how they interact with the world and what they bring to the world. And the commonality between the two of them is to look within yourself and kind of slow yourself down, and slow down your internal narrative, and really tune out a lot of the noises that we have on a daily basis of, we're not good enough, you're not this enough, you're not that enough, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that. It's really easy to get swallowed up by that. But I think what they both do really well is they both interact with the world and let the world come into them. And what I mean by that is, it's nothing more complicated than saying thank you, holding the door for somebody, or instead of saying fine when a clerk walks up to you in a store asking if you need help, saying, you know what, I'm doing really good, how are you doing? And it sounds dumb, but the simplicity of that is kind of where its beauty lies, because it's shocking to me how many people are caught off guard by that. And just this weekend, I was with my wife at the outlet malls in, north of Cincinnati, and I had this exact occurrence, and it was the first thing that popped into my mind. Somebody asked how I was doing, and I said, you know what, I'm doing lovely today. And she literally took a step back, because it caught her that much off guard that she was like 5'2" and I'm 6'4", so she was like looking up at me, and I'm sure it was this very awkward interaction for her that somebody would say I'm doing lovely, because it's just out of the norm. But I was out hanging out with my wife, we were having a great day, just kind of running errands, doing nothing together, but just spending quality time together, because it's for us right now, it's at a premium. And just that simple interaction brought a smile to her face. She and I then talked for the next 5 minutes about, I was in the Converse store because I buy Chuck Taylors, it's all I wear, so I am a regular. But just that simple interaction. So take that this week. Make that something that you do. Talk to a stranger, talk to your barista, talk to the bus driver, talk to somebody that you see on a daily basis that you never have an interaction with, and actually talk to them, actually give a shit about what they have to say, and actually interact with them beyond, how are you? I'm fine. Good. Thanks. Move on. Because we get too transactional, I think, in our day-to-day lives of using people. You go see the barista, they give you coffee, you leave. That's a transactional interaction. Or You see the bus driver, you say, "How are you today?" "Good, fine," move on. It's a transactional interaction, but you're not learning anything about that bus driver. You're not sharing any of your life with them or letting them share any of their life with you. It's not to say that you have to do it with everybody, because that would be chaos and you'd never get anything done. But I think it's something that listening to Andrew talk and listening to some of the stories he tells and listening to Jake talk and listening to a lot of the stories that he tells and how he weighs every word that he's saying and how introspective he is when he talks about stuff. It's like this is what it's all about. And like I said in the beginning of this, I am continually humbled by the reaction that we get from when we email somebody out of the blue saying, "Hey, would you like to come on our show? This is what our show's about, blah, 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 blah," and give them the whole spiel. And when people say, "Yeah, I'd love to. I've already listened to a couple episodes," it is completely mind-blowing. But then to sit down and talk to them and listen to their stories and really be able to connect with them on a human level is, man, it is so energizing. And we record these after every time we record, and it seems like every week I come to sit in this chair and I'm like, well, what am I going to talk about? Because I'm flooded with kind of the post-interview glow of just like, wow, there's so many amazing people and so many amazing stories out in the world, but we're just not asking the questions. We're not having those conversations. So that's kind of what's been on my mind a lot, and I feel like the universe has been telling me something by putting these people in front of me and really reiterating why that is so important. And I feel like that's something that hopefully you get from Doug and I doing this podcast each week, and hopefully it's something that you're able to integrate into your life. But like, that's a challenge that I would throw out to you. Doug threw out the challenge of take somebody cycling that may not be cycling, go to get the groceries or go whatever. My challenge would be to talk to somebody that you don't normally talk to and ask about their life and actually give a damn about their life. And you'll see it's one of those things where if it's like a trust fall. Like, if you fall, the universe will catch you. They will be happy to talk to you about their life, because it's just so rare that we ask about each other and we ask how people are doing. So, that's what I'm thinking about this week, and that's where my head's been, outside of not getting that much sleep because our puppy doesn't really want to sleep past 4 a.m. So, bags under the ice. So, click subscribe, hit the notifications, subscribe to the podcast, tell us what you think, hit thegravelot.com up. Send us a comment, send us a review, whatever. Just interact with us, because that's what this is all about. We want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what you have to say. Good, bad, and different. Like, be critical. It's okay. Like, you're not going to hurt our feelings, and you might actually make the show better. So, I think that's it for me this week. So go talk to some people. Go talk to some strangers. It's going to be okay. Trust me. Peace.